Chinese officials are advising 11 million people at the centre of an outbreak of a new virus to stay where they are for the Lunar New Year holiday to avoid spreading it. People in Wuhan have been asked not to leave the city.
And even though it has been several hours, it is still stunning to say the words that Kobe Bryant, the legendary NBA star, is dead tonight. His adorable 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, known as Gigi, also dead tonight. 7 other people.
There's a better life. There's a better life.
Local news headlines. Well-known basketball player Kobe Bryant has just died. He and his daughter has just died in an helicopter crash. And also plaguing in China is the coronavirus that has claimed the life of many Chinese residents. A pleasant good night to you. This is yours truly, Brother Dwight Finley, and I'm coming to you live from Gospel Explosion. Now, Gospel Explosion is a YouTube channel, one that is inspired and motivated by God, one that digs deeply inside the scriptures for answers to questions that has baffled the human minds for ages, and questions that has baffled the minds of the major scientists of this world. Stay tuned, dear friend, as we dig deeply inside the scriptures. This dear earth is coming to an end. Sister Ellen G. White says that the final move upon this earth shall be rapid ones, and rapid ones they are indeed, my friend. Let us turn to the book of Luke. Luke 21, verse 9 through to verse 14. This is what the Bible says. But when you hear of wars and commotions, do not be terrified, for these things must come to pass first. But the end will not come immediately. Then he said to them, nations will rise up against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms. Have we been seeing the wars of nations? Have we been seeing a stirring up going on with the President Donald Trump? The Bible says also in verse 11, it says, and there will be great earthquakes in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and there will be fearful sights and great signs from heaven. Have we been seeing great earthquakes, dear friend? Just in January of this year, there was a 6.7 magnitude earthquake in Turkey. In the USA, there was a 5.7 magnitude earthquake in Puerto Rico, and in many other parts of the world. This earth is coming to an end, dear friend. But it says in verse 12, but before all these things, they will lay hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and prisons. You will be brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Have we been seeing Christians being persecuted, dear friend? The Bible says also in verse 13, and the persecution that we see now is recently taking place is in China. Dear friend, verse 13 says, but it will turn out for your occasion a great testimony. So these things, these persecution that are happening to God's people around the world, it will turn out for their greater good. This disease that is plaguing China, it is a disease that fulfills Bible prophecy. Let us turn to the book of Hosea. Hosea 4. Hosea 4, verse 1, 3, and 6. The Bible says in verse 1, it says, "Hear the word of the Lord, you children of Israel. For the Lord brings a charge against the inhabitants of the land. There is no truth or mercy or knowledge of God in the land. Therefore, the land will mourn, and everyone who dwells there will waste away with the beasts of the field and the birds of the air, and even the very fish of the sea shall be taken away." Even the very fish of the sea. And where do they say that the deadly disease, the coronavirus, is coming from, that is plaguing China? They say it is from the snakes, the birds, and the fishes. The fishes, dear friend. Verse 6 says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I also will reject you from being priests for me. Because you have forgotten the law of your God, I will also forget your children." How much clearer can it get, dear friend? How much clearer? We shall be seeing, dear friend, deaths increasing upon the face of this earth, even more frequent than we see it now. My condolences goes out to those people who have lost loved ones. My big condolence goes out also to the basketball player who has just lost his life with his daughter. Dear friend, it is time for us to get ready. It is no time to play around. This is meat in due season for our soul.